So if you're watching this video right now, you're interested in a heated jacket. You probably wondered to yourself, will they really keep me that much warmer? Let me show you something. You see those trees? The colors are changing. Well, a lot of people call this time of year fall. I, on the other hand, call this season hate fall. Some people know it as the IFHF. That's right, it's the I effing hate fall time of year. So right now it's 45 degrees, and earlier this morning it was around 40 degrees, and hate. That's where this jacket comes in. Will it keep you nice and warm, nice and toasty? Or is it gonna be like some of the other Milwaukee jackets that weren't real nice like? So this is called the Toughshell M12 Jacket. Runs off an M12 battery. We've seen these at the 2024 Pipeline event. They were just announced, they're all new. They were supposed to be so much better than the previous gens. Now the previous gens, they were pretty good. They were a little stiff. Even if you washed them like 10 times, dried them with like all kind of that bear stuff, they were still pretty stiff. Even when you did use that Creepy Bear fabric softener, you would take it out and it would still be all stiff. You were walking around like a robot. It's like you couldn't move your arms right. And the other issue I always have with Milwaukee jackets and their hoodies is like they want to strangle you all the time, and then you got this collar up on top that's always like smacking you in the face. Like it always wants to ride up, so like, you know, you're just like. However, the worst of the worst of the worst when it came to the M12 jackets was where you put the battery. It was horrible. Now all of the M12s run off this cylindrical style battery. Now on the back of these jackets, there's a zipper that you would open up and then you plug this in. This goes into the back of the jacket and then it heats up your jacket, but you got to plug it in. The problem is that it was in a horrible position. Anytime you would get into your automobile, your truck, sit down on a chair, it was going to punch you in the back of the ribs like every single time. That's bull. So even though the older style really had its shortcomings, are the new ones any better? Well, we're going to compare, and I'm going to talk about everything I like and the things that I don't like about the new M12 jacket. So first off, let's talk about the style of this jacket. Me personally, I like it. I think I look real nice like in this jacket. My neighbor just drove by looking at me like I was a real a-hole. They're not wrong. So me personally, I really do like the style of the jacket. You know, Milwaukee does a really good job putting things together when it comes style-wise. Now, a lot of people, they're gonna be like, well, I don't care about style. I want warmth on the construction site. Yeah, I get that, but I don't want to look like a head either. I actually like wearing these jackets out. Like, I don't want to get these jackets dirty. They're actually like pretty freaking real nice like. So when I take my family out to a fancy restaurant such as Chick-fil-A, I want to wear my finest. So all in all, I think the style of the jacket is awesome, at least in my opinion. Now, when it comes to the stiffness, it's still there. Yeah, I get it's a new jacket, and after a couple washes, which yes, you can wash these heated jackets, you know, it's gonna loosen up a little bit, but right out of the box, it's not all that comfortable. Like the fabric feels pretty real nice, like, but as far as it goes with like movability and all that stuff, like, you know that you're wearing a jacket. At least that color's not smacking me in my face. Now, as you can see, it is raining right now. These are rated for the wind resistance and the water resistance. Obviously, you can wash these things so a little bit of rain not gonna hurt them. Plus, which I'll show you in a bit, where the battery goes in the back is protected anyway, so you're good to go. Now, I am wearing a 2XL. Why? Because I'm a man. It's really not because of that, it's because I eat a lot in the fall. I'm like a chipmunk, I just store my food for the winter and I get fat. It's not a good 2XL, is what I'm saying. It's a very, very poor 2XL. Now don't worry, we're gonna get to all the heated stuff and the runtime and all that good stuff, and if it works really, real nice like, but let's talk about the cuffs. Yes, you can adjust these. I like it, I need it. You got a Velcro up on top right here. And then on the bottom of this, you have a drawstring that you can make this tighter and it'll like cinch to your waist a little bit. So you can maybe form this to your body a little bit better than it is right out of the package. All right, so let's talk about the heated portion of this because that's what you're interested in. So if you were to just go down and check your mail, you want to throw this thing on, it'll do an okay job. It'll protect you from the wind, you know, keep you a little bit warm from your body heat. But the selling points for these jackets are the heated portions. But here's a bit of a change from the previous model. It used to be that you only had the chest and the bottom and the back that heated up. Now you have a pocket that will heat up on both sides. Do you see this right here? Well, this is your control temp. Now I'll talk about an issue with this as well here in a bit, but if I were to hold this in, this little button, it's gonna shut it off. If I hold it in again, it's gonna turn back on. If I push it, you're gonna see there's different lights lighting up and or going away. But one of the main differences between this and the previous model is, well, this button right here. So it used to be that you would hold this main button, but no, you actually have little buttons right here that you push in. If I wanted my pockets to heat up, I would push and hold this one. Those are going to light up, and now I can adjust the pocket heat. See that? High, medium, low. And if I don't want the pockets on, I just hold it in and it'll shut off. If I wanted to bring this down, again, it used to be that this would change from blue, white, and red for high. This is just your high. I miss that. I thought that was one of the coolest features for the other jackets, is when you held this, it would go from like a red, white, or blue, which is, you know, America, but this is always red, which is fine. The other nice thing I like about this jacket, which I'll point out, is that yes, you do have this M12 symbol here, but you don't have like the Milwaukee IA logos all over the place on this jacket, which is like, you don't want to be like a walking billboard with this jacket. It's just like, you have that and that's it. Now, when it comes to the heat, that's what you want to know about. So runtime, we're looking at 3 hours, and I've been running this all morning. 3 hours on high, you got 6 hours on medium, and 12 hours on low, and that's using a 3 amp hour M12. But I think where a lot of people will get, I don't want to say confused, but they get excited about these heated jackets because they think as soon as you put them on, it's going to be like a blowtorch in your body, and it's just going to be like, but that's not really how these jackets work. Now, it used to be on the older style that they would take a while to heat up. These heat up pretty freaking quick. Within like the first couple of minutes, you're feeling that heat. Feels like a heated seat on a car. The way you're going to keep the most heat in is obviously zippering this jacket up, making sure that none of the heat's escaping. Now, where you feel the heat, you're going to feel it on your top chest and on the belly. And then on the back, it's going to be the top and the bottom. For the pockets, when you heat that up, you're going to feel the heat warming up in the pockets. Now, the other nice thing is it's not like a heated blanket. You're not going to feel those wires all over the place. Everything in here feels pretty freaking smooth. So it doesn't feel like a cheap made like electric blanket where you just got like wires and stuff running in through the fabric. It's not like that. But for the hands, which my hands are pretty chilly at the moment, I just want to point this out to you. When you have these pockets heated up like all the way and run them for like 10 minutes, you put your hands in there, it's not going to be like, oh my God, it's so hot in here, like I got to take my hands out, like, oh, I'm so warm. No, it's like one of those things where like you got to push your hands up, like you constantly feel like you're pushing your hands up against the heating elements to make it warmer or to warm your hands up quicker. It's not like, like I still feel like I'm like, if I'm leaning back on my chair or my seat, I'm feeling that heat. But like you can't climb Mount Everest with this. And believe me, I know, I've done it like 32 times. So even though the pockets have their own additional setting, I was sort of like underwhelmed with how warm my hands were able to stay, or if I was able to heat them up enough. I just wanted more. Like I was putting my hands in the fabric and I was squeezing. I was like, ugh. As for the wind resistance, yes, I took it out on the bike the other day, 28 miles per hour. Definitely breaks the wind. It definitely helps break the wind. You're not feeling it like hitting you in the soul. Is it like 100%? No, you're still gonna feel that wind, right? This is not like an end all be all. This is not one of those jackets I'm telling you. You're not climbing Everest with it. But it helps remove the chill. So if you walk out and you're like, oh man, it's cold. That's what it's doing. Let me put it this way. If you're driving down the road in the morning, right? You just started up your truck, your car, and you turn your heated seats on. It's giving you a little bit of warmth, but it's not keeping you warm. It's negative 20 out. You need that heater. You're like, come on, heater, right? Kick on. And then you sort of, that's how this is. Like you got a little bit of, oh, okay, that's all right, but you still want to seek shelter from the elements or turn that heater on. Now, the one bummer that I see with this jacket is I think they could have stepped it up a little bit when it came to heat. And I believe they have other jackets coming out that do this, but you know, heat the sleeves. If you heat the sleeves, well, that's a whole nother level of comfort. I'm not really sure why, but I always end up getting really cold on the arm area. I don't seem to have an issue here or back here, but like right here, it's chilly. Now, I will mention one other thing about this jacket, and this is the one thing that, you know, a lot of people experience this. If you have an M12 heated jacket, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's this right here. Everybody, they're always staring at you, which is fine, but it's the people to come up and like touch you. Hey, what is that, a light? Can I touch it? Can I touch it? Can I touch it? Hey, can I touch it? Hey, what does that do? Hey, can I touch this? Yes, I've had complete strangers come up and touch me. Don't be that person. All right, so let me just round this out and finish it up for you. Is it better than the previous models? Yes, absolutely. The battery placement, much better. Has a larger cavity on the back. You're able to move this around a little bit and position it where it's not punching you in the ribs. However, I still think the flat M12 that I showed at Pipeline. I'll try to attach it on this video in the shopping cart. I think that's going to be way better. You can still, you still know that's there. You still know that's there, however, way better than the previous models. Is it the warmest jacket I've ever used, even with the heating elements? No. Again, it will break the cold, it'll break the wind. However, you still need the additional truck heater, car heater, house heater, office heater, shop heater, whatever, to keep you warm throughout the day. The pockets, I mean, it does an okay job, but I mean, it's not bringing back Jack from the Titanic, I'll tell you that.
Oh, that's warm.
The style, I think Milwaukee nails it every single time they came out with a new jacket or a hoodie or whatever. I think they look good. Sometimes they're not the most comfortable. This is pretty comfortable, but again, still stiff. All around, I wish the arms and the sleeves were heated. You can definitely feel it in the chest area. You can definitely feel it in the lower area, the back area. So yes, I do like it. I am proud to wear this jacket out. It's not like a walking billboard. It says Milwaukee IA all over the place. I can go to a restaurant and actually feel comfortable using this and saying, hey, listen, this jacket looks pretty real nice. As for the warranty, you're looking at 1 year, which I wish it was a little bit higher. I wish it was more than a 1 year. Of course, the M12, the warranty is going to be a little bit higher on that. On a couple other things I want to tell you real quick. As for the bat rate, much easier to get this out, change it out, and put a new one in with the jacket on than it used to be. The cord's a little bit longer. Now, I want to point out that your older style cylindrical bat rate holders from your old jackets won't work on this. Why? Because that's a double barrel, baby. America. But it does come with the new top off. This is the cylindrical top off. And just to show you real quick, in case you've never used one of these jackets before, that's what the top off looks like. You can see the cord comes out. You got the two barrels right here, America. And that's going to go into that top off battery holder. Now, when you're washing this thing, you don't want to wash it with the battery, right? But I'm just showing you how the cord goes into the pocket and such. And then it just plugs into the top off. And what's cool about this is that you do not need to use an M12 charger. You can charge this up using a C port. You can also charge your phone using this. So I'm happy that they added the new top off to these jackets. See the C port right there? So there you go, the new M12 Hexon Toughshell jacket. I think they did a pretty good job. Is it perfect? Definitely not. But if you like this, I'll leave this in the shopping bag or attach it in the description below for you to check out. Also, if this video has helped you at all, please don't forget to smash that like button. Check that one out right there. We'll be back with more videos soon.